welcome to the Late Night Knits podcast. So today I'm going to be talking about my own fingerless gloves pattern, which I've been using Uradale Yarn wool to make, and those have been really fun to do. I've even got a tech editor this time, so it's the first time using a tech editor, and I've used Kathy Popperdin or Shake Your Booties on Instagram, and she's been really lovely helping me, just giving me tips on different things to do to make my patterns a bit more clear so that people can follow them really easily. The main reason that I had to do the podcast right now is because look, I got this in the post. So this is what I'll be talking about later, and that's the virtual wool shows that I've been going to this year. So those have been really fun and really interesting, kind of a way to adapt with COVID-19, just really stopping a lot of wool festivals this year, Shetland Wool Week, Wonder Wool. So that's been really sad, but also it's been really nice to see, you know, people trying to adapt to the situation, so that's been good. And I'll also be showing you my attempt at doing some cabling, which is not something that I really do. I've done a lot of colour work knitting recently, so this is a bit of a new technique for me. So I thought I'd talk to you a bit about the virtual KnitTea retreat that I went on last weekend, so it feels like ages ago now. And this is the reason I had to podcast today, because, and look, it's green and a bit purpley, so it's like the Owl Yarn logo. So Jenny from Owl Yarn is one of the ladies, as well as Zoe from the Pins and Needles podcast, and they organised the virtual KnitTea retreat. So it's the first time it's gone virtual this year, I think, but for the last couple of years they've done ones in Stratford-upon-Avon and in Cardiff, but they go to wool shows all over the country. But I've really enjoyed the virtual KnitTea retreat. They've really found a way to like create a bit of a community. So for example, there's a hashtag virtual KT retreat. Bingo. You have like a bingo chart on Instagram, and you basically like fill all the things. So if I think one of the squares was visit a vendor and post it, and another one was organise your work in progress, your WsIPs. What was there another one of? And start a project and show it, put the KnitTea badge on your Instagram page. Anyway, so you get the idea. So there were lots of little bingo things and you cross them off on your Instagram. And then I think you go into a prize draw to win something maybe. And then there's a virtual KT retreat yarn crawl hashtag. And that's just you go to all the vendors and post stuff. So some of them sort of posting to encourage, to show different people the different vendors, which is nice for the vendors. But also it sort of made you notice what was going on, what other people were posting and finding. There was a lady called, I'm going to put it here, but I think it's Wild Woven. And she was doing little videos of loom, like weaving on little sticks, so it looked quite foragey, outdoorsy. Oh, I just really want to squish this wool. It's a real distraction. It's merino and it's called Cuddly Owl Deco and it's so squishy. I really can't wait to do something garter stitchy with it. Look at all those colours. I don't usually like purple, but I think this will be quite nice. Okay, what was I talking about? There was tea? Yes. So it was post a picture of tea and cake, And even on my weekly knitting meetups, with the old Printworks near me, I keep forgetting to make some cake. And every week we usually have tea and a cake, so I really need to get on board with making a cake. I mean, it's not like there's a flour shortage anymore. I have no excuses. Right, what else did I want to say about the retreat? Yeah, so they made it quite a community feel about it, and I really liked that because I felt like there were other people there, which I didn't necessarily notice that much on Virtual Wonderwool Wales, but you know, I'm quite new to the Virtual Wool Festival thing, and actually I've never been to any wool festivals, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. I mean, I've been to the Festival of Quilts, so I assume it's quite similar to that. Yeah, and I've ordered a tote bag, so I'll probably use that as a project bag for my Uradale Yarn project when I figure it out. But I want to put it in a ball. I want to see what it looks like. I always wish I could see them knitted up already so that I could know what they look like, but I suppose that's kind of the surprise, isn't it? Yeah. Yay, so that's nice. So on this knitty retreat that I went on last weekend, they had Instagram live, so you had like a schedule of when people would come online, so I could sort of feel like I was there, like I could say to people in the house, I'm on a retreat. So you actually got a little bit of time where you had a bit of an excuse to just go off, because I think if it was virtual, sometimes you can just go, like, you have jobs to do, don't you, little jobs, and you think, oh, I'll do it later or something, but it was nice to have a schedule just that you felt like you could go to. Oh, I'll go to do that between 10 and 11. That was quite good. Yeah, and I'm really excited about my wool. I think you can actually, it's quite a good, you can see the colour there. So this is Forest Wildflowers, and it's got all different shades of green in it. And I think this would be really good on like a garter stitch, because I think, I don't really use speckled yarn, but it's sort of, I like it when it's on a bumpy, and maybe something a bit cabley, so I haven't decided what I'm going to use it for, but I knew I had to take a video because I really want to unwind it tonight, because it's really squishy, and it's called Cuddly Owl. How cute's that? And they're really lovely. I've been watching some of their little podcast videos where Zoe and Jenny like get together and have a chat, and it's Zoe's birthday. I totally feel like I know these people even though I've never met them now. I know so much about them. And Jim the dog, who's always asleep in the corner. That's really cute. But yeah, they look like they have so much fun, so I'm really excited to use that. And I've got a tote bag that I ordered as well, so I can use it as a project bag. And to be honest, I didn't realise how much I need project bags, and now I need them, or I need to finish projects. So yeah, that's the virtual KnitTea retreat. So that was really fun, and if you went, comment below and say if you enjoyed it or not. So I've been working on the Florence shawl, which is by Isolde, and I've really not been enjoying it so far. So I've got my wool, which is my Carter of Yarn, Welsh Mule and BFL, and I've got my Dye of the Tiger, spice, and that's orange, blue, green and a bit of yellow. So that's a really cool one, and that's just 100% BFL, and I really like these colours. I think they're really fun, and I'm going to stripe it a little bit, but the cable's going to be in this white colour, so I'm I was quite excited about that, but so the first time I didn't count properly. The second time, what happened the second time? I just decided to start swatching it, and that didn't turn out very well because I was reading the chart from right to left and right to left instead of right to left then left to right, which was a bit of a rookie mistake, but I'm trying to read other people's patterns more and learn how patterns work a bit and try and do garments, whereas usually I just sort of swatch something or measure myself and knit whatever I fancy and whatever wool. And I'm sure it's not the chart's fault. The chart looks fine, I just need to write it out in a massive, just a whole page of just written instructions, and I think I'll be able to figure it out then. But I've just, when you start knitting late at night, your brain just isn't working. So anyway, so I thought I'll show you the stitch definition on that. Oh, hello, oh my gosh. The stitch definition's really nice on this Uradale yarn, so that's good. And I'll have that maybe done by winter, but I'd really like to like figure out the, you know, it's a bit of a challenge, isn't it? So gotta push yourself. So here's something else I've been working on. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen it a load of times because I've been working on it for ages. This is now, I should have changed my needle size really when I went from colour work to stockinette, but I didn't. I sort of changed the sleeve because I want to get it done really quickly, and having to concentrate on colour work is just not working for me. So I thought I'll do it just in stocking stitch or in a bit of a different colour, and then I'll do stripy, and I'm gonna sew a little cat over the top of the knitting and a little tiger, just because that's what we decided. Yeah, but I think that'll work. So that's my Alice Starmore Child's Panel Gansey, and that's from a book I've got. If I could find the book, luckily I photocopied the pattern before I lost the book. It's probably in a bag somewhere with a load of wool that I forgot that I had, but I am really excited about the new Look Ravelry that I've just found out about this week. I totally didn't even expect that there was going to be a new one, but it has really needed an upgrade for quite a while now. The colour scheme was a little bit crazy before. Unique, it was unique. It just feels a lot more user-friendly. Once they've sorted out maybe how bright it is, because I did get a bit of a headache looking at the whiteness of the screen. But I love that there's loads of blank space now, and I don't feel like I have to spend ages sort of looking to find what I'm looking for. Like, it's quite user friendly, it's just really improved. So yay, I'm quite happy about that. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to sort of playing around with it and seeing what what I haven't decided to look for, because I thought, oh, it's a little bit tricky, maybe I'll just leave it. week. I think we're just about getting some nice-ish weather right now. So we're nearing the end of the podcast, and you'll just have seen some lovely pictures of sheep frolicking in the lush grass of Uradale Farm and some of the cute little sheep dogs. So thanks Rebecca for sending me those lovely videos. I also put a picture of a map so that you can see where Uradale is on Shetland, and it's a little bit out of the way, but it's really beautiful, and I've never been there, but I did make some gloves and I designed these myself, and they're made out of some of the lovely wool. So this is Juniper Heath, Bluebell, Sundew Heath and Tormentil, which is this really bright colour, and that's really lovely. We're in a little bit of a mess today because I was just organising all my bamboo needles, but I just got this really nice delivery from Uradale Yarns, or Uradale. So excited about this. Sundew Heath. This is absolutely my favourite colour. And it's actually, the colour's coming up really nicely there. It's kind of a mossy green, and it's really lovely. It's 100% organic native Shetland wool, and you can tell they really care about their wool and their sheep. They've got some really nice pictures I've seen on Instagram that are lovely. I'm so excited to put these wools into my pattern. I'm actually going to go and knit a fingerless glove right now. Yeah, and they're yarn cakes as well, so... Oh, yeah, did it? Oh, that's really good. Yeah, look, you can just sit them down. Sit them down there, and the wool just comes out. And it's so practical for knitting, and storage-wise, how brilliant is that? So yeah, I love these wools. I wish all wools were yarn caked like that. They're lovely. Okay, I'm going to go and do some knitting now. Bye! If you go on Ravelry, you can see this design that I've made. And yeah, knit it up, see if you like it. It's bottom up, I suppose you call it that for... and I used a steek, and I sewed up the fingers, so it's quite simple to do. I like it. I think it's quite nice. So I'm not going to talk extensively about Oradale Farm right now, because there's actually a really lovely interview that Ronnie's done with Andrew from Fruity Knitting, which is a really lovely podcast. It's more like a knitting TV programme on YouTube, really. But they're really lovely, and he really explains what they do on the farm. They have all Shetland cattle and sheep, so they have meat and fleece, and they just do a really nice show on that. And I've been talking with Viveka from Adelle Farm on Instagram, and she's really nice. She makes these felted slippers that are really lovely, and yeah, she's just been really enthusiastic. So hi, and thanks for being enthusiastic. It's been really nice, and this wool is so lovely. So yeah, that's really nice. And yeah, she makes felted slippers as well. She was showing me some pictures of like these stripy slippers, and they look really cute. And she said that apparently this wool, and I've tested it now so I know it is really good for felting. So you can just stick it in the washing machine. Once you've knitted like a little section, you can stick it in the washing machine and it felts up, and you can cut it out. I don't know, make Christmas decorations with it, or I make some badges, like in all the different colours. So, you know, if you want to make a rainbow, they've got a good selection. Deergrass Heath, there's a nice red as well. So yeah, if you like these, this one's a prototype, so don't look at that one. You can look at this one. Yeah, they're really hard wearing as well, I think. and you just wash them on hand wash cold. But yeah, it's on my Ravelry store and it's on my Etsy shop. So if you go on my Ravelry store, you can see some of the other stuff that I've been making as well. So if you're new to this podcast, thanks for watching. Hello, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like and subscribe, then you can find some more videos that I've done. And if you watched the one before, thank you. Hello to my 4 subscribers. I hope you're all doing okay. Right, so I better get ready doing things for next week.